Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today it is an update for my Pan and Every eyeshadow palette. It seems ages since I filmed any beauty content properly. I'm so sorry. I think I've kind of like not lost my groove a bit, but I think because I've had so many updates that are overdue, just felt slightly overwhelmed and didn't know where to begin. And so I kind of like was like an ostrich and just stuck my head in the sand and tried to avoid it all. And really, I just need to get back into filming my updates. And yeah, so I'm here with this one because I really need some new palettes to play with. So I thought I would just pop on and do this one first. So I hope you're all keeping well. I'm fine. The weather has turned here in the UK. It's definitely getting colder, but it's a beautiful, bright, sunny autumn day today. It's gorgeous outside. So, Pan and Every eyeshadow palette. Basically, what is it? If you've not been here before, I'm trying very hard just to get a single pan in every palette that I own, just to sort of try and get a bit more use out of everything rather than doing like just a single palette as a pan that palette. I'd just be completely bored with that. So I'm working on 5 palettes at a time. I randomly generate them using Wheel of Names, and I need to just try and work on them to hit pan in it. Once I've hit pan, I can roll it out, roll in a new palette to work on. If the palette's already got a pan in it, we'll re-roll. And the idea is just to try and get using some palettes, particularly that I haven't used really in the past. I can kind of like make up the rules as I go along because it's my channel. I can do what I like. So if I don't hit pan in something, or I'm just fed up of it, or I don't like it, then I can just sort of roll it out and roll it back in. I was going to use like a usage goal or like a pan, like a no pan left behind style thing as well, but to be honest, I'm not sure. I don't want to like keep mark of how many uses I've done on and things like that. It's just like a step I don't want to take. So we'll just play it by ear, month by month, and see how we feel. I'm also rolling in, well not, yeah, rolling in each month, but my choice a face palette just to try and sort of get a bit of use out of things and just try things that I maybe wouldn't use in my day-to-day. And to be honest, on the whole, I am pretty good with the palettes, and what I roll in and select is what I use. So yeah, but I'm just ready for a change. I have hit pan in 2 palettes. I'm going to be, so I've hit pan in 2 palettes, and I'm going to be rolling out 1 palette, and then yeah, I've got 2 that I'll still be working on, and obviously we'll just refresh the face palette. So I hope that's okay. Let me know if you're doing any sort of similar projects and things. I'll come over and have a little look. And then yeah, so let's have a look. Oh, and then also I started this a few months ago. If I've got any new palettes which are going into my collection, I'll just quickly show you them, and just so you know what's going into my collection as well. And sometimes as well I might declutter and have to stop saying right then, so let's have a little look. So the palettes I've been working on at the moment, so I think last time I was umming and ahhing, wasn't I, about this palette, the Revolution palette. So this was the Forever Limitless Allure palette, a very big palette from Revolution. So we're working on that one. Also working on the Zuri by Zanzi palette, the Glamlight Pizza Meat Lovers palette. We've got the Forgive Me Susie little palette, which was, what was that, Naturally Yours, and then the Hikari little quad there. So that one, might as well talk about this one since I've got it here. I have hit pan in, has this shade got a name? No, it hasn't. So it's actually quite a nice little quad actually, and I've got a very decent pan in this one. I use this the matte sort of creamy shade a little bit just to set my lids sometimes. This was quite nice on the lower lash line, and I did do a couple of days when I tried that on the lids. I have tried all of the shades there, but this was very much like my comfort zone shade. As you can see, I've used that a lot, and I worked really hard to get that, and almost rolled it out because it's been in for months, but anyway, I managed to get it. But yeah, they're pretty deep pans. That's the shade there. Sort of quite a nice colour, and you can kind of like buff it out, and it has different like undertones in it, but it's very much what I kind of normally go to. The formula was nice, wasn't any particular fallout or anything, and I enjoyed using it. So we've got that one has finished. I've got my whites here just so I can get rid of any any swatches and whatnot. I'm going to start my gangling is massive now. I'm going to start swatching on my other hand. I've got an ugly hand. So that was that one. And then I've hit pan. So pleased about this in my Revolution palette, because I almost rolled it out. I just couldn't work out what to do. And I'm really pleased I've kept it in. I've played about with it quite a bit. And I've actually really enjoyed it. And I think the formula isn't bad. So it's a ginormous palette, as you can see. But look at that, a great pan there. I've used this quite a bit again, just shading my lids. But these colours here, let me take some up, let me turn it the right way around. The ones I've been using quite a bit, so I've used this one quite a bit as a transition. Also use these as transitions. I've used a lot of like this sort of deep, like this, these, like in the crease. And honestly, I have used most of the shades. I don't know, have I used them all? Just trying to see. I think I have. Oh, I haven't tried this one in the middle, but yeah, the rest of them. But what I do like is almost like a foiled look. No fallout, and even with like quite a fluffy brush, you get gorgeous distribution of colour. I was really surprised. But this here goes really so metallic. I mean, look at that, just single swipe, and no fallout, no glitter fallout. Really lovely. And then I put this one on the base of my eye today and then put a different colour on the top. But if you look at this one here as well, just beautiful. Let me just show you like how it, look at that. I mean, honestly, I think the quality is great. The mattes were nice as well. So yeah, this is the one I've definitely used the most, and this one comes up quite pinky actually. It's really nice. So it, and then yeah, and they blend out really well. They stay not bad. So I was surprised at this, and I'm glad I stuck with it. And I'm really gonna, yeah, I'll keep that in, and I can get a complete look from that palette, which some of the other palettes I have been struggling with, and I think they're more like a complementary palette rather than a standalone palette. Well, certainly for the type of looks that I do. We'll talk about them as we get there. So yeah, that one is rolling out. Job done. Oh gosh, where can I put this? Let me put that there. I'll put that up there. Okay, now the one that I'm wanting to roll out, even though I haven't hit my target in it, is the Zuri by Fancy. Now I was quite excited about this when I got it. It was definitely out of my comfort zone, and I have tried it, but I'm having quite a few issues with it really. So let me just show you. So, I mean, I have used it quite a bit, but you can see it's definitely been used, but it's just time for it to go. For me, the main problem with this is there wasn't a shade that I like in my transition. So I did struggle with that. This was just a little bit too peachy for me. And this shade is lovely, but the glitter fallout is shocking. I don't normally use glitter glue, so maybe that's just something I maybe need to look at in the future. But it was a nice shade, but you can see that it's just so, look at the glitter all around, and it was all over my cheeks, and it was just so messy, and I was having to go in and sort of clean up after. So that's that one there, and nice, but when you actually use it on your face and you use a brush, it falls out everywhere. And if you try and use your finger, the actual glitter particles end up, you know, they do just fall down onto your cheek, which is such a shame. But yeah, I don't want to keep it in and work on it. I'll maybe you know, if I roll it in again in a few months, I'll pull it back out and do a little bit more on it. But yeah, I don't know, this may be one that in the future I maybe declutter, but I don't love it. But it was all right, you know. I wanted it to be better than what it was. So yeah, I'm rolling that one out. So progress on the others. I'm pretty sure these are the right palette. You're looking thinking, am I meant to have another palette? I don't think I am. I wasn't sure if I brought in a 6th palette, but I don't think I did. So yeah, I've got the Pizza Meat Lovers from Glamlight. So again, very much out my comfort zone, but I am sort of plodding on with it. And again, I don't feel I can do a complete look with this palette, so it's going to be something that I use in addition to another palette. But I'm getting there slowly. I've used it a few times and no surprise, I'm kind of leaning more towards this shade here. I have had a little go with the pinky shade, which was quite nice. And some of these are not bad. You can buff them out just in the crease or in the outer V. But really, I'm going to probably, in all honesty, I'll either be working on chicken or bacon. I'll swatch both. This is bacon, this is chicken. So bacon is there, chicken is there. So they're definitely sort of shades that I can work with. So we shall keep plodding on with that one. Let me just pop in my little cover sheet. So yeah, we're going to keep that for a bit longer. Oh, let me just show. I'm going to try and start doing comparisons in the other ones. So we're just going to hold that there so that I can do a split screen next time and we can have a look and see if I've got any progress. I'm going to try and do some photos as well. I keep saying this. I've started trying to be a bit more active on Instagram, but it's difficult, isn't it? So I'll try. I'll leave those shades on there just in case, so we can have a look at the other ones and compare them. And then this was, so forgive me, Susie, and I did a random pan generator using like Alexa to just sort of work it out. That made no sense. So what I did, I randomly selected a pan to work on in the palette. That makes more sense. And it came up as the pan number 1, which was like a highlighting shade really. And to be honest, I don't really use in the corner highlights that much in my everyday makeup or my brow bone. So instead, I realised it was just going to take forever to do that. I've just kind of been dipping into it now and again. So there's a bit of progress on it. This shade surprisingly is really nice. It looked like it was going to be too dark, but when I actually used it, it's really pretty. And this goes on quite pinky rather than peachy. And it's not a bad little palette actually, but I'm really liking this darker shade here. Just trying to get me away from the usual more golden ones. So it's just, they actually work quite well together. So yeah, different kind of shade, but all along the same kind of vibe. Very neutral. I'm a very neutral girl. So we'll continue working on that one. And then the face palette that I was working on this time, and I picked it out, and to be honest, I was expecting to want to declutter it. And in hindsight, I wish I'd taken this on the holiday with me. I think I was planning to take it on holiday with me to Turkey. Then I didn't, because I just had so much stuff and I was like maxing out on my weight limit of my cases, and I wish I'd taken it. So this was it here, and it is the Blush Dream palette from Revolution. I mean, I've had this for ages, and they're really deep pinks. And it looks so dark, and you know, they were just stunning. I kind of swirled between them a lot, and a little bit sometimes on these, just to add a little bit of shimmer in it. And when I had my tags, I was quite tanned. These were fantastic. And ironically, when I went on holiday, I took my normal Natasha Denona little duo that I always take on holiday. And it turned out, because I had such a tan on my face, it was far too light for me. And I was stuck. My whole makeup selection on holiday was dreadful this year. I wish I'd done a video about it. Because I'd got so much more colour in my face, all my makeup was wrong. I didn't have a foundation that worked. I didn't have a blush that worked. It was just terrible. And I wish I'd taken this, because as soon as I came home, started using this, and it was perfect. So I've used it a lot. You can't really tell, but I really enjoyed it. It's like one is definitely staying in my collection, but I'm just going to obviously bring in a new face palette to work on this time. Right then, so before we move on to selecting the new palettes, I'll just show you the new additions into my palette collection. So I got this one from Temu. We'll give it a go, but I'm not feeling very much hope. So it was the Nude Magical Langmani. That's it there. We will see what it looks like. It's going in. We'll give it a go. If it's shocking, we can declutter it. But yeah, very much a warm neutral palette. So that's new. Also got this little one here, the Bella Pierre Cosmetics It's Only Natural eyeshadow palette. Really minimal packaging, looks very travel friendly. Again, a warm neutral, but I'm looking forward to giving that a go. I've just swatched a few of the shades, it looked quite nice. And then we've got this one, which was the Ciate I Am a Woman, What's Your Superpower? I think this was the palette from the GLOSSYBOX advent calendar this year. Spoiler alert, sorry. Yes, if you don't want to see what it looks like, turn away now. But I'll just give you a quick glance at this. The shade names on this are really great. They're very empowering and whatnot. But this looks a beautiful palette. I'm excited to use this. I hope it's good. I've enjoyed a lot of Ciate things in the past, but it's quite a lot of cooler tones in there as well. I just think that looks really nice. So we shall see. But yeah, so I've added all those 3 palettes into my wheel of names. So yeah, right. Let me just make sure the little sheet's on there properly. Pack that one away. Okie dokie. Right then. Bring up the wheel and we will select. We've got 3 palettes to select. I'm really hoping we get some things in here that I haven't tried yet. Because yeah, there's a few things that, quite a few palettes that I really want to work on. And I think when it gets to December, I may select, I might just pick the palettes I want to work on December. That might be, maybe I should do that maybe about every quarter, or maybe every 4 months or something, just pick out something that I really want to work on that I haven't worked on yet. Anyway, we'll come to that when we come to that. Here is my wheel of names, trying to avoid the glare. So let's spin that. So we need 3 palettes. Here we go. Please be something that we've not had. It just gets really, it does some really weird selections sometimes. What have we got? Revolution, Revaholic, Glitter Edit. I think we worked on that fairly recently, so I'm gonna spin again because we've had that in. I'm gonna tap this a few times to make it work a bit harder. Let's see what we've got. I wish it'd give us something completely random. Come on, wheel. Hikari Tonya. Isn't that what I've just had? Why does it? Yeah. Why does it do that? How can it do that? I do not understand. I've got loads of eyeshadow palettes in here. How can it pick the same ones every time? I don't get it at all. Okay. Oh, okay. Iconic London, Day to Slay. I think this is one that I pick out all the time. Oh, this is right. This, when I'm getting ready, if I'm ever really struggling, it's very rare I ever veer from the palette. But if I've got a special night out, I will pick this one out because I'm just working then on one palette all the time. So this would be my secret palette. Well, so I've got that one there. Okay, I'll look at it in a minute. So cool, we've picked that one out. I'm going to be so close to panning one of those. I haven't got pan in it yet, but I can't be far off. Brilliant, it's finally playing ball. So that's first one. Let's get another 2. Come on, work your magic. Natasha Denona mini retro palette. Now, oh, I've got a pan in that already. Duh. I've already had that one. Okay, roll again. This is taking ages. How hard can it be? I do like to do it live like this though, rather than cutting, so you know I'm not cheating. Would I cheat? Oh, Revolution 1 million. Okay, this was a limited edition when they hit 1 million followers on Instagram, I think it was. That's an interesting one to have. Okay, and then one more. Come on, at least we're getting some different palettes now. Come on, you can do it. Please be something cool. Zoeva Cocoa Blend. I've got a pan in that. Okay, let's roll again. It's a nice palette, that, actually. It surprised me. So it's clearly still picking up palettes that I've had in the past. Bella Pierre Brown Eyed Girls. That's only a little mini one. I think. Where is that? Excuse me. That's it there, isn't it? Yes. Okay. And then I will just pick a face palette. I've got them all in a drawer here. Oh. So here we go. Let's pick something I've not had for a while. Do I need... What sort of things should I have that I haven't used yet? Talk amongst yourselves. Let's choose. Let's have a look at this sleek one. I'm wondering, I could try kind of do like a face one, really. Actually, what about this? Because I think this is one that I'll look at and I'm never really sure if I want it or not. So this would be a good one to do. Okay, and I'm going to get that. We'll show you in a second. So let me put this out of the way. Right then, let's have a look at these palettes. I'm just going to clean off my hands. We can maybe do a couple of swatches. So the first one I rolled in, I'm quite excited about this, actually. Let me just move this out of the way. Everything's balanced very precariously in my room. So yeah, the first one we rolled in was this iconic London Date to Slay eyeshadow palette. Now this was in an advent calendar a few years ago, and I've actually really enjoyed it. I've used it quite a lot. I think it's 20 shades, did it say? Yeah, so we've got 20 shades. Let me get the sheet out. Oh, do you know what? Oh, I thought I still had the peel off, the protective peel off thing from a mirror. I haven't. Let me go to the plastic here. So it says on the back, what is this? Create endless beautiful looks with these 20 highly pigmented pink, peach, bronze and gold shades. These velvety soft powders include a mixture of matte shimmers and glitters for flawless day to night looks. Brilliant. So as you can see, I have used it quite a bit, and it's not going to take long to hit pan on this. It'll be quite satisfying. It's going to be lovely actually to finally have this out for me to work on. What I like about this one is that the mattes, you can, when you layer them, they keep the colour, they don't go muddy or smudgy or anything, and they are such lovely shades. I'm very close to hitting pan on this one here, and so let's just have a little look at that. And as you can see, very much in my comfort zone. They're just lovely, and the mattes are really nice. I like this one, this Merlot Mondays. It's a really lovely matte, but also they've got a nice nudie one as well. It's just such a great palette, and again, marshmallow, great one for setting your lids. I'm going to try and work on this quite a lot and see how we get on, but like the Merlot Mondays is such a lovely colour, just to sort of like just sort of above the crease, so not a transition, but just, you know, sort of creating those layered looks. And it is honestly a beautiful shade. Can't see much of it, it's so pretty. So yeah, that's that. I'm really happy for that. Let me just again just do a nice hold there so we can get a split screen. I will try and take some photos as well, but just this is just in case that I'm really slack like I usually am. But it's always nice to have a comparison so you can see what it was like, especially with it being used already. So we'll see how much more love we've got. I might even wear that, and then we can look at a comparison overall in the palette, how much I've used. So that's that one. Next one I rolled in was the Revolution 1 million, and I think what we got with this, when I placed an order with Revolution, if I remember, I think it was like, it was limited edition. I can't remember if it was a gift with purchase or if I actually bought it. I think it might have been a gift with purchase. I'm not sure. I think it was a gift with purchase. And yeah, so I mean, it is a limited edition, so it's quite nice just to keep, especially, you know, as a little landmark palette. But I think when I got it, I kind of struggled a bit with it, so it'd be interesting. But it's a purely shimmer palette, so that's it there. So it's just all shimmers. But I mean, I should be able to make this work. And if you can see, like, they're embossed with like the 1 million on it as well. I mean, this has probably got the most use on it, and it's one I'd probably go to first of all. I just kind of want to see what the formula's like, but I probably wouldn't declutter it just with it being a limited edition. But whether I'd want to use it or not, I mean, it's not bad, is it? That looks okay. We shall see. It looks quite sheer actually, and sometimes that's quite nice if you just want like a little bit of dust in the colour. So yeah, I'm happy to work on that actually as well, so that's not bad. It's been in my collection for years, so it definitely needs a little bit of love. Where have I put my wipes? Where have I put my wipes? Gosh, I can't find anything, honestly. I'm going crackers. It's so nice being filming again. Right, we've got Brown Eyed Girl, Bella Pierre. I think I've had 2 of these, and I gave one to my daughter-in-law. So I think it's just a little quad. It's in pearls, cherry brown, rose gold, chocolate. Right, those must be the shades for pressed eyeshadow powders. That's the back of it. That's the front. It's just got this in a beauty box. And again, this looks a nice palette. So you've got 2 shimmers, a matte, and like a glitter. Looks quite nice actually. Tempted just to swatch all of these. Let me just clear. Actually, I'll do these on my other hand if I can. So we've got like the, oh, I feel really soft. This is like the highlighty, like the palest shade there. Nice. Then we've got the matte, which is quite like a reddy brown. Okay. Oops. I clearly can't swatch in the mirror with that hand. Oh, is that a satin? I think that might be like a satin. And then we've got this glittery one, which is very soft. So technically, if I shove my brush in that about to hit pan, probably going to need some glitter glue with this one. Yeah, we're going to need some glue. You need to press it on. And then finally, we've got this sort of more golden-y one there. These are terrible swatches. Okay. So between that, I've got a very neutral palette. This is kind of like the story of my life, and these are kind of like what most of the palettes that I lean towards are. I think once I've got through everything, I really need to work out which formulas I prefer. Do I need all these palettes when really I'm just going for the same sort of shades in all? And you know, maybe in a year or so I need to do like a really serious declutter. But for now, I'm happy just working through them and having a, you know, trying the formulas and being surprised sometimes. That's why I really enjoy this project. That glitter is now everywhere. It's going to be a nightmare when I go to tip my for use that when I take my makeup off. Definitely need to get some glitter glue. Recommend some glitter glue, guys, will you, for me? Because it's just not something I'd use. Is it the NYX? Is that the good one? I'm not sure. I'm very rubbish with my makeup. Right then, so my face palette that I've decided to choose is a Zoeva Screen Queen. And if I remember right, these are all kind of like shimmery. So it looks like it should be like a bronze, a blush and a highlight, but everything is shimmer. So I'm not sure if it's a highlight palette, if it's a face palette, exactly what it is. It says on the back, oh, it's a highlighting powder palette. Okay. So that's what it is. But you'll see what I mean with the shades. It's very interesting. So, but that might be nice actually to use as a blush topper. Again, they look all right. Let's do some little swatches. Feel quite, the pinky one feels quite rough. This one, the pale one, feels quite smooth, and the brown one feels pretty smooth, but the pink one, don't know if there's a bit of hard pan in it, but it just feels very, very rough. Those are them there. Let's have a look. Okay. I could definitely make those work. Definitely. I think this is just something I've not reached for because I looked at it and I thought, ooh. But yeah, we'll give that a go. So let's just remind ourselves of everything we've got. So we have got the Glamlight Pizza Meat Lovers palette. Got this massive iconic London Day to Slay palette. We have the 1 million palette from Revolution. We've got the little Bella Pierre palette. We've got the Forgive Me Susie. And we have got the Zoeva Screen Queen face palette. So let me do my little, ta-da, my little screenshot. And that is everything that we're going to be working on for the next month. I promise to be back. I'm going away next week, but after that I've got no holidays in November, so we're going to get properly organised. I am going to be getting back with my declutter. So I've had a few of you saying, are you going to be continuing your declutter series? Yes. Life has just been so hectic. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know how I had time to go to work when I was at work. I really don't. But yeah, I need to make a little bit of time aside for all of you gorgeous people and for myself. I really need to get back on top of this collection. So thank you so much for watching. I'm delighted with my selection this month. I'm really pleased. Nothing scary. I mean, sometimes I like a little bit of colour, but there's the glam light in there if I need a little bit of pop. But yeah, that's it. So thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in a few weeks with an update. Mwah! Bye for now.